What is up, my fellow mobile gamers? In today's video, I got a fresh haircut. We will be looking at the best mage build, or my mage build, whatever you want to call it. Make sure you guys and girls are subscribed to the channel for more awesome mobile gaming videos. And if you enjoyed the video, make sure you guys and girls give a thumbs up to help support the channel. We're going to go over the stats, the pets, the buddies, the skills. The first thing you're going to want to prioritize: charm, charisma, whatever you want to call it, right here, the CHA. This is very important because this is going to help us tame those stronger monsters. Now, the mage, though, in this build particularly, we are not going to focus heavily on it. We really don't need to have our charm 50, 40, some crazy number. So what we're going to do is focus on getting that to around 37. 37, I believe, is probably a good number, and you'll see why once we get into what pets we should have. Intelligence, I'm going to suggest 73. Why 73? Because once we reach 73, we can then equip our legendary staff weapon. Focus on strength. Now you're going to be like, well, strength, why strength? We're really not doing melee attack. Maximum capacity is You're going to need about 45 in your strength category, because this is going to let us put on this amazing gear. Kind of a, I don't want to say a tank mage, but this is kind of a survivability mage. So pretty much this is the whole thing. If you're not going to spend a lot of money in this game, or you're going to be free to play, there's no way you can compete with someone who's going to spend hundreds or thousands of dollars in this game when it comes to attack. They will always put out more damage than you. So your only option is to have a survivability build, to focus on things that is going to increase your defense and keep you alive longer. So that way you can chip away and break them down with stuns and elemental damage and stuff that they aren't expecting. That is our goal. That is what we need to do. This is how we take down those pay-to-win archers. So right here, stuff like this, the Black Steel Knight's plated helmet. As you can see, the physical defense is absolutely through the roof on this. And we also get intelligence +4, which is okay. We could re-roll for something else. But you see, we need a strength of 45 or more. That's why I said we're going to focus on getting our strength to at least 45. Really don't need to go any more. 45 just specifically so that we can equip this better gear. That's going to help out a tremendous amount. The cloth gear for the mage is crap. We don't want to worry about that. It's junk. And then that leaves Constitution and Wisdom, our last two. We really don't focus on agility because this is more for like a physical damage dealer. So after that, after you get these in the proper order, you pretty much can put a ton into Constitution and a bunch into Wisdom. A good area for Constitution would be around 60. If you could get like 60 for your Constitution, that would be amazing. You'll have tons of HP. That is our main focus. We want to have lots of HP, lots of defense. We really don't want to worry too much about our regular attack, because you're going to notice we're going to focus mostly on elemental damage, because of a lot of our abilities, our skills that we use, they put out elemental damage like lightning, fire, freeze, ice, all kinds of stuff. The Wisdom, though, is also good because we also will increase our max MP, and we'll get the MP regen. We'll increase our accuracy. Accuracy is very, very important. You know, it doesn't mean anything if our attacks are always missing. So around 55 to 60 for Constitution is very good. And then for Wisdom, we're looking at around 50 to 55, 56 is also very good for that. Now remember, you also can eat stuff and get buffs. So don't forget about that, right? You can go through here and you get tons of extra bonuses. So this is basically just for your stat points. Every time you level up, this is where you want to be putting your stat points at. For our rare buddy, we're going to want the Blood Red Orc. This is strictly for PvP because right here, damage to characters +8%, which is very good. But then this is the one we really want, the Cyclops as a mage, because we are going to get our damage defense against characters plus 20%. This is going to help out tremendous. This is going to give us a ton of survivability, especially against the pay-to-win archers. So this guy right here, you get the heroic Cyclops. That is amazing. And then the pierce resistance plus 20. Again, that is amazing. All right, now we're going to look at the pets. The pets are kind of versatile as a mage. The one that I prefer is something like the black bear, the bison, or the boar. Just something that increases our defense, has a 15% chance of activating the following effect. Now, this is what we need as a mage. We're going to have our black bear do the knockback. So he's going to knock back the target by 3 and stun them briefly. So we're going to get that stun. And he's going to increase the aggro for 5 seconds, which is basically meaning he's going to get taunted. So the black bear is going to taunt our opponent and take all the focus fire. So any animal, I mean, there's a bunch of animals that have this special ability. You could go through the codex, go to monsters, and just kind of go through here and click on any of these, and you look for the ones that have the little paw print. That means you can capture them, you can tame them, and have them as your pet. For ones that have those specific stats that have the stun and the taunt, because that is very good for a mage. Another pet that is absolutely amazing, and this one's really good, that once you get your required charisma charm to 37, right here, like I said, 37 is a good number. You can get this bad boy. Capture this one. This one is amazing. The poisonous spider. There's a bunch of different ones. Just if you could get any poisonous spider, it does poison at elemental damage. So that is amazing. And then it deals 200% physical attack, and it decreases the target's attack speed and move speed by a percentage for 10 seconds. Bugged beyond belief. Like, look at this. We're trying to go through the codex, and every time I click, look, it keeps changing it. I can't even go through because it keeps, that's crazy. Look, I keep clicking on it and it switches. Look, it switches every time. That is so annoying. It's just automatically, that's crazy. Bug beyond belief. The Azure Moth is also a very good pet. All right, now let's take a look at the skills really quick. We have our combat skills and we have our continuous skills. All right, first one, Enchant Vitality. This one is super important. You're going to want to get this as high as you can, increasing our HP as high as we can. We want to have tons of health. Don't worry about the magic attack so much because that will come with the elemental damage. We need to focus on our HP and our defense. Next up, the Moonlight Spirit Brightness. This one is absolutely amazing. So this increases our attack by an amount. Our attack will increase by 0.43, so that can stack up really, really high. And of course, as you level this up, it'll only go even higher. And then increase our max HP by an amount per wisdom. The next one we want to focus is Staff Specialist, because of course, we're always going to have a staff as our weapon. And then the Moonlight Well. This is one of your top priorities. I would probably focus the Moonlight Well before you would do the staff. I think you would save the staff as last. So do the Moonlight Well, very important. It's going to decrease our MP cost by a percentage. That is huge. And then finally, the Mental Training. This is just going to increase our max MP. This is another one that we're definitely going to focus on. We're not going to do the Cloth Armor Specialist because we're not going to have cloth armor on. Remember, we're going for that tanky survivability build. Now, we're at the combat skills. Now, this is super important because we got a bunch of different skills to choose from, but we can only take 5, right? So this is strictly for PvP. If you're doing PvE, you're going to want to pick a lot of stuff that has low cooldowns. So something like the Magic Arrow, this is great to level up for PvE. Something like Hard Hit is also very good. Fireball, we're going to do fire attack, right? Fire damage right here. Frost Hail, so we're going to do our ice damage right here. And we're going to decrease our target's move speed by a percentage. So these two are definitely worth leveling up. And then Lightning Shower. This is one of my favorites, probably one of our best. So this gives us our stun. So Lightning Shower, absolutely needed for PvP. Level this one up through the roof. Now this one right here, the Summon Meteor. This one is an absolute doozy. This is like an ultimate kill. This just does a ridiculous amount of damage, burn damage, fire damage. We have a chance to do a stun and knockback, but it increases our MP cost by 30%. So this is like, you're going to drop this on your opponent. This is definitely needed for PvP. So you hit them with the summon meteor, follow it up with the lightning shower. So you're going to hit them with a double stun, right? So you're going to stun them here, then you're going to stun them again, and then you're going to freeze them, and then you're going to hit them again with a fireball. So it's absolutely insane. And then our last one is going to be one of these two on what you think is better. We have share knowledge or mana barrier. I definitely suggest you bring one of these into the PvP. Probably preferably the mana barrier, because it's going to generate us a barrier and it increases our ignore flinch rate by a percentage. So mana barrier right here is definitely probably the best bet for PvP, but you could go share knowledge. Now my only question about this is, it says it increases all elemental attack by a number for party members. Now I'm not sure if this helps us or just our party members. That is my only confusion about this shared knowledge. Does this buff our elemental attack too, or is this only buff our party members? All right, and finally, we're just gonna really go quick over some options for our substats for our items. Obviously, everybody knows by now. You may be new to the game and you may not know yet, but two of the best substats you can get are HP drain and MP drain. Now, as a mage, we need MP drain. So what MP drain does is every time we hit our opponent, we get an amount of MP back. Elemental damage. So if you can get something like fire attack, ice attack, lightning attack, poison attack, anything like this right here, those will help out a ridiculous amount as a mage, because it is so hard for other people to have defense for that. It's not really built in. You cannot just have, there is no, if you go and look at your stats, these stat points don't have elemental defense. If you level up your wisdom, you don't get elemental defense. So it is hard to defend against elemental damage. So I'm telling you, that is the way that we beat pay-to-win archers. Stack that elemental damage and they will just cry, because a lot of them pay-to-win players, they don't understand that, right? Like they throw their wallets at the game and they think that they're strong, and they don't understand about all these stats. They may understand now after if they watch this video, right? But they still may not think it's that important. But this is how you can beat them right here. This elemental damage is just ridiculous. All right, some other things we're also going to look at is physical evade. Now you want to go with the right percentage. The percentage is always better. Anything with a percentage, you want that over just the raw numbers. Also, stuff like the intelligence, constitution, wisdom, charisma, I would kind of steer clear of getting those on your substats. You would definitely just want to get something. There's just a lot better options, like fire resistance, ice resistance, because there's going to be people out there who understand that elemental damage is good. So you're going to need that resistance. You're mainly getting those from leveling up and putting your stat points into them. And then also the food. You eat the food and you get those bonus stats for that. So don't waste a substat on something like strength, agility, constitution, because it's stuff that you already can get through leveling up and stuff. You want to focus on the stuff that you can't get, like the elemental resistance, the elemental damage, the physical evade, magical evade percentage. But that is it for that video, folks. I know it was a little bit long. I hope you guys and girls enjoyed this video, and I hope it helps you out so that you're free to play mage or a little bit of a spender mage. You could take down those pay-to-win archers or any other of those big pay-to-win players. I'll see you guys and girls in the next video. I love you. Stay happy. Stay safe. Peace.